What is going on, everyone? My name's Boyt and I'm back with some more Age Mythology. The Titans action spawning on the left side of the map in the red color, playing as Ra. His name is Magic. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Thor. His name is Squash. The map is Frozen Wastes. And this is currently a 2-2 in this best of 7. Both players 2 wins away from, or I should say a best of 3 away from taking this series, taking the winner's prize money and taking the glory, the absolute glory of winning an Age Mythology game. And I think Squash is pausing and going to veto here. Or he's asking how many, so he just says 2, so he's probably going to veto here. Oh, no, he wants to play it. Oh my God, the first time someone's ever thought about vetoing and says, no, I'm happy to not. I think the reason why he wanted a veto here was because he sees his gold mines are really close to his town center, which means that it might actually happen to Magic the same way. Sometimes maps spawn very weirdly like that. The gold mines spawn the same amount of distance away from the town centers on each side, but in this one, it does not seem to be the case. And it's kind of actually a really nice gold mine spawn for Squash. Actually, he's got really nice gold mines in his base, both quite close to his town center. And Magic's, he's got one gold mine here which can be opened up with a forest fire, and he's got this gold mine here which can be opened up with a forest fire as well. This gold mine here obviously doesn't have a tower to protect it, so a forest fire on this forest is going to be very, very good for him. So we'll see if he notices that. The other option that Squash can do here is go for Forseti Hursa, something that I haven't seen very much done by anyone. But you go Forseti Hursa and you get the armory upgrades. So very, very strong. And you get Hall of Thanes as well. But that's more of a kind of a preemptive Bast defense. I don't expect to see Magic going Bast against Thor, though. Honestly, if you do this map and you play Bast well, actually, we haven't seen him build a lumber camp yet. So this is either a super fast second town center by Magic, or he is going Bast here. So if you do go Bast in the in this matchup, it plays out very similarly to the Ra Poseidon Bast, but that's only if Thor goes for Freya. If Thor goes for Forseti here, it just doesn't work. You just get Hall of Fame Ursa out. The Sphinx get completely shut down, and basically you win just based on strategies countering. There's the tower, the town center going down, and yeah, Magic's just going for a 4:30 advance time here, or as fast as he possibly can. He's going to be running out of this caribou. Sometimes it's not a bad idea to just bring a goat over to the granary just in case, so you make sure that the villagers keep gathering. If we check out the food situation, though, Magic will be advancing. All these villagers will jump over onto the gold mine, and he's going to be totally fine. Totally fine. Okay, so relics on the map. We do have we got a Black Lotus. Unfortunately for Magic, he's not going to be spotting that one. And we do see a Ford Temple here for Squash. He's been doing this quite a bit. And we have the Blanket of Empress Zoe up the top as well. Like I said, Squash has been doing this Ford Town Center quite a bit. He did it in the Zeus game. He did it in the Thor game early. He didn't do it in the Poseidon or the Poseidon or the Ra game, obviously. But returning back to Thor and returning back to the Ford Temple shenanigans. So we'll see if that works out for him. The elves are going to be searching around looking for someone to do here. But already on the way. Do we see... yes, we've got Freya already on the way. How far behind is he? Very, very far behind. So the town center will be getting grabbed here. And Freya is the god of choice. Tai is the god of choice. And this... what is this wall here? This box? Not sure. The health start going in, going to be hitting the priest. Sometimes if you hit that priest timing well, I kind of like it. This is ballsy. This is what makes Ra strong against Norse. You know how I was saying earlier that Norse is good against Ra. I was trying to never talk about the classical fight. The classical fight is kind of ridiculous. The classical fight does counter a lot of what Thor does. And we see the Pharaoh harass here, Ptolemy coming in, but without the with that big nerf onto his rocks, they kind of don't hurt the villagers as much. The Pharaoh will turn around and actually win this, even after already being very, very low on the HP here. And it looks like actually going to be very, very close. And in fact, Canute Barelegs survives to live another day. Priest and Wadget coming in with the help of the Axemen, ready to jump onto these hearse. So it looks like the temple does get taken. Oh, huge shifting sands here. And there's a gap. The Valkyrie gets out. You're like, why would you leave a gap there? It costs the same amount of resources, right? Six gold. Well, that's 15. So the Valkyrie gets out though, and now the Axeman's searching around for some villagers to kill. There's actually nothing for him to do. Normally speaking, when you're facing against a classical fight from an Egyptian player, the response is to move into your base, get watchtowers, and just turtle to the heroic age. And then get Scardy, and you're in a good position to fight it. So the villagers do manage just to escape the Axemen and the Priest. Going to be hitting this Oxcart, but Oxcart's fairly tanky, and these Axemen do next to no damage if they're not attacking any sort of infantry, throwing Axemen, or like basically any infantry. So the villagers returning back to their base. Hopefully he doesn't go for the goat. He's got these berries over here. He doesn't have husbandry, so going for the goat, it doesn't really make sense. He can move up and sneak these elk if he wants to. And the units moving forward here are going to be hitting these Axemen. Do we see an armory up for Magic? We do not. Looks like the Axemen are all going to get picked off. Magic has stopped training units here. I like this play from Magic, though. He's coming in. He's going to pick off the, or almost pick off that. It does get off the hearse. It almost picks off the hearse. It does get a nice garrison there. The the Valkyrie does get picked off as well. Now the Priest Wadget moving in onto this location here. Going to be hitting this this food line, and they're going to be retreating away. And now as well, do we see more units getting built? No. Do we see an armory? There's the armory. It looks like Magic going to be going for a heroic age here. He doesn't have much resource in the bank. Does he have Shadoof? Nope. I don't think he even has a... Well, he does have a monument. He's almost got the 10 favor, though. And now Magic moving forward here. Does push off that food. Oh, almost got 300 food from it, though. So Squash, pretty happy with that one. Oh, and there's a second talent center for Squash coming up. I kind of like that. I kind of like it. And Squash taking down this barracks as well. It's actually pretty big because that's the only military building that Magic's got. And the town center almost finished for Squash. Food secured. Happy days. Magic not going for the all-in classical fight. Does give him a little bit of breathing room. Doesn't take any damage to his economy. But he hasn't gotten much out of it. I don't think, apart from killing a bunch of units, which is obviously fantastic for Magic, he hasn't got that much economy out of it. It's still one town center reign here. On how many farms does he have? He's going to have 13 farms here. So I'm not sure about this. Double monument though. Squash is 2 town centers. Armory coming up. He's going to want to go to the next age. He stopped building units. So he's making some throwing axemen still, but he's cut them. Now we do see a barracks coming up for Magic, as he did lose his other one. And Sekhmet. Does he have shifting sand still? No, he used it. Why Sekhmet? Surely he knows that there's going to be a Scardy coming by the time he can attack, right? Or Bragi? This is some spice right here. This is some spice. I don't think that Magic is going to be able to push out of his base fast enough to abuse the Scarab. So maybe there's some thought process behind this that maybe Magic goes for a Mythic Age here. No, he's throwing down the Migdol Stronghold. I'm confused. Does he cancel Bragi and just go Skadi? No. Sticking with his guns. Gonna grab the fort down too. Squash is just being like, yeah. Look, I get that you have Scarabs here, but yeah, I don't think you're gonna be able to kill it. I'm gonna give you a location to attack here. Let's go and attack it. Go and attack it. All right, Migdol Stronghold up. Chariot Archers and Cavalry coming through. Bragi comes through. I mean, obviously, Flaming Weapons Ragnarok still very strong, right? And on this map, when these gold mines are expired, which is probably going to be about the 15-minute mark, Rag just wins against Egyptian here. You cut gold, you cut trade. It's hard to defend it. And it's just 3 town centers as well. Hill Fort coming up as well for Squash. Chariot Archers moving in. Well, Chariot Archer Cavalry looking for some raids. Axemen plus the Scarab. Where are you going? Obviously, the Axemen are there to protect against any sort of Hersa that can pick this one off. But only one Scarab. There's the second Scarab there. Oh, it's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. There's the Citadel as well. Magic still one town center. There's Battle Ball to deal with. It's all these Hersa. I guess Magic is going to attempt to attack in the front while attacking in the back. That way, Squash might not notice that one Scarab doing anything. And this second built Scarab looks like the first one for Magic. It looks like there's only one being built. So he's not going to know this is coming in. The Axemen move past. Squash is going to have to have spotted this. There's the Scarab here. And we will be seeing potentially, well, we do see an immediate Jarl coming over there. And the Scarab tasked onto this town center with all these Axemen here. And Magic can now hit this forward location here. Completely fine if he wants to. Now we do have Cavalry and Chariot Archers here. Huskell coming in. See all those villagers getting popped off here trying to take down the Scarab, but they don't do all that much damage. It's only, it is 30%. And now, while this is going on, the Scarab can take down the forward town center. Really nice play here from Magic to hit these 2 different locations. Picking off a lot of Thor units while this is going on. The Scarab will not be able to clean up this town center, but Squash will be losing his forward town center. However, how are the resources looking? Squash is just going for the Mythic Age here. Squash is just going for the Mythic Age indeed. Going after this hill fort. We've got the siege towers coming in as well. Axemen do pick that one off. This town center survives another day. Squash is out of gold now, which does matter because he's just clicked up to the next age. He's got only 41 gold in the bank. How's his armor upgrades looking? He's got only copper shields. Now we've got the units moving forward for Magic, taking down more of Squash, going after this market. Very, very important. There was an Ox Caravan there. The Dwarves don't get spotted. That's lucky. Squash doesn't really need to go for an immediate rag here. This gold mine's almost expired. What Squash should be doing is keeping an eye on both of these locations. He's got one battle ball here. Should have something over this side as well. Making sure he's got an eye on this gold mine as well. Not a bad idea. And now we do see Magic going after this town center. He's got the Scarab. He's got the Siege Tower. He's got the Axemen. There's already Hersa here, and this Scarab very, very low HP. We'll see if he can manage to pick it off in time. He does kill it very, very fast. And now the Siege Tower will be the second thing to go down. The Axemen able to pick up all these infantry units super, super fast here. And that town center does survive. For the time being, Chariot Archers raid coming in onto these villages do get pulled into the town center here. And there's the Balder. And we see an immediate Balder here from Squash, He's got 21 in that town center there. His population is sitting at 211, as Magic is going to be struggling for gold this game. He's just about out, throwing up another Migdol stronghold in his base. He's got the fortified town center, or fortified citadel center, I should say. He's got watchtowers. He's getting crenellations here. He's retreating back to his base, trying to grab as much gold as he possibly can here. What I would do if I was Magic is again try and sneak a gold mine. Run straight to the side of the map, walk all the way up to the top of the corner and sneak this gold mine. Alternatively, also sneaking this gold mine would be an option, but you have to pick one. And Magic does see that there's nothing on that one, so we may see him go for that sneak there. There's the forest fire. Why on this location? Open up this one. He sees it. Feels bad. Could pick up all these houses as well. There's the flaming weapons by Squash, putting these Heroes of Ragnarok at 22.22 damage. And the gold villagers just happily mining over here with one rag hero coming in to bash away. Look at that damage there. The polar bear going to come over, help out. Does not need to. And Squash kind of all-inning this town center. There's already one watchtower here. Plus the 3 already made watchtowers. One Migdol stronghold in the back. Still not making too many units. We do see the Pharaoh getting destroyed here, and Squash is probably going to be able to just tear down this fortified citadel here. If we check out the population, is 93 for Magic, 162 for Squash. Villagers do all get picked off on this location here. Looks like Squash hasn't got his upgrades, his Skin of the Rhino. But this does a lot of damage. The fortified town center, very, very strong. And there's the flaming weapons as expired. While this is going on, we do see a lone scarab taking out Squash's base here. This is huge by Magic. If he can defend this, he's completely cut Squash off here. How much gold does he have in the bag? He's got 28 gold, 54 population. Trying to retreat those chariot archers. The town center still alive here with 700 HP. 8 villagers in the town center here. He needs to try and keep this one alive. Those rag heroes, just repair the town center and trade. Sell your resources. He's not got any resources gathering here. We do see some villagers sneaking up here. And while this is going on, priests pop out, going after the fire giant. Villagers onto it as well. We've got the battle ball here, ready to take this town center down. In the fortified town center, still surviving for the time being. We see the battle ball get sniped there, and the town center at 300 HP. These units taking so much damage from the fortified town center plus the Migdol, but the citadel does go down here, and now the rag heroes can go after this Migdol stronghold. Both players very, very low on resources. Squash grabbing his town center back here as this scarab is just taking everything out here in this base. We've got one battle board chilling up at the top here. Magic needs to get these units to work. A couple of villagers are left and he can jump straight onto the food here as well. And bringing the villagers back. We'll see what he does. We do have some Heroes of Ragnarok going to be checking out gold mines now as the villagers making their way back. Are they going to get greeted though? They're running straight into the path of Squash, who he's not going to notice it. Well, he does notice it. What a play there by Squash. Very, very unlucky from Magic. But we've got 5 villagers for Magic to 0 villagers for Squash. The Scarab does get picked off here. And, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. We'll see if Magic can make some sort of miraculous comeback here. Chariot archers can come in and try and snipe these Heroes of Ragnarok. They've got pierce armor, but that's about it. Town center is now up for Squash. Enough food to build 3 villages here and one dwarf. Absolutely nothing for him. So Magic can simply just farm here, trade food for gold until he gets the gold to get the town center back. Maybe the option here. And Squash. What? That game was not over. I don't care what you say. This is 9 villages. 9 villagers remaining for magic. That's it. No gold in the bank. If Squash can. All right, I guess if the chariot archers can just kite, but if Squash can get his economy going back, I guess he doesn't have any farms. He's got berries. Nah, this would be tough. You'd have to sneak something. He's got the polar bear to eat. Anyways, GG. Well played.